Goodness. I'm going to keep going here. I don't know if we're going to end up playing anything tonight or not. We'll see. But for now, we're definitely still going. I want to go through our first offseason, the rest of our first offseason with this team. Again, after just an ungodly draft for us. So in goal, backup goaltender Brian Hayward. You are out of here. And we will immediately sign Nikolai Hobby-Bulin. It would be a great cliffhanger. That's true. Depending on how many people we have, I'll consider it. Oh, man, tough to top yesterday's games. Let's sign the Bulin Wall to his ELC. And damn, I didn't even know he had a gold when we traded for him. Let's go. The Bulin Wall. Of course, we still got this guy under contract. Can I just buy you out? Yeah, just get off of my roster. I don't want you here. You're taking up valuable space. Get out. I'd rather have someone we can actually develop. So let's see. Defensively, we're signing Chris Pronger. He is immediately going to the NHL level. Immediately. Wilkinson. I'll give you $129,000 to fuck off. That's basically what happened, yeah. I don't know what we're going to do with Wilkinson yet. Bobby Dallas can go. We picked him up in a trade. Williams, low top six. You can go. Link Gates, I'd like to keep you for the AHL. Kolstad's not going to get any better. You can go. McLeod's not going to get any better. You can go. Rathg is still in junior. Joyce, you can go. Sakura's in junior. I kind of like to pay Coleman the fuck off, too. I might, depending on the roster space. I think we're going to keep Wilkinson. I might even end up... well, there's no cap, so who cares? I could literally just give everybody $15 million. There's no cap. So, yeah, I'll just give you what you want. I don't care. Unless the AI is still dumb and it's like, we don't want to take on that money. So, Odgers will qualify you. Ba ba can let go of you. Oh, I can't handle the song 2 days in a row. It's a dumb song. It's a good song. It's a dumb song. There we go. Tuttle, you are gone. Brian Ralston, you are very much not gone. We are signing you. Valerie Bure, listed in junior. Adam Deadmarsh, junior. X trade value, and if there's no cap, that's fair. Jan Kaloun. Yeah, we'll sign you. Why not? Let's see. Left wing side. Marcus Naslund absolutely being signed. We gave up a lot to get him. Picard, we'll let go of you. Sergei Brelin can technically play in the AHL, so we'll sign him. De Palma, you are out. Nazarov can also play in the AHL. Andre Nazarov, let's do that. Then centers. McDougal and Morris can both go. Again, we are so thin at the center position right now. It's the only time I've ever been thin. Can't sign any of these guys. They're all going to be in junior. So we need centers. Wilkinson signed. Ralston. Has anybody rejected? No. So 41 contracts. You know what? We might as well. Let's buy out Coleman. Just because the guy absolutely sucks. Let's buy out I don't even remember how to pronounce this dude's name, but he's gone too. Am I allowed to buy out as many players as I want in this timeline? It's not my money. It's the owner's money. I'm just going to buy out anybody that I don't like. If you're that trash, get out. Sid, good evening. How are you, my friend? Except I am keeping Link Gates because he was a face puncher. Literally just cutting people. Damn right. Damn right. Lenny Kravitz, get out of here. Emmons, you're gone. McLean, you're gone. Beaufait, you're gone. Quentin, get out. And Otrevel, get out. Melee Mali, get out. This is great. I can just cut all the dead weight without repercussion. This is tremendous. Let's go. Let's go. All right, so we're set up incredibly well now to just pillage this free agent list. We are going to have to worry about coaching and scouting staff, though, so let's do that. These people have families. I paid them to fuck off. I didn't just throw them out into the streets where in the United States we decided it's okay to now arrest those people because greatest country on earth or whatever the fuck we try to tell ourselves. Too soon? Oh my god, these scouts are horrific. Fire them all. Fire them all, baby. We live in a capitalist society. Cut costs, maximize profits. Fuck you. Shout out to, I don't know how to say that name. Thank you for the follow, though. Welcome in. Welcome to capitalism. All right, let's just sign as many, how many scouts do I need to sign? Technically 12 now at this point. Oh, gotta find the new prison slave labor. Exactly! We can't send people to prison on weed charges anymore, so fuck it. Send the homeless. Send the homeless, damn it. We need you for our economy. USA. 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 If you were starting your hockey fandom journey as a California resident, Ducks or Sharks fan? I mean, I like how you didn't even mention the Kings. If we think back to when I was a kid, it wouldn't have been the Kings. It would have been the Ducks or the Sharks, and it probably would have been the Ducks because of Paul Kariya and Teemu Selanne. I did like Owen Nolan, but yeah, I would have been a Ducks fan if I had grown up in. Depending, like, if it was just like, hey, whatever, equal chance, you can pick your favorite, it would have been the Ducks. It would have
been. Ducks! It's all about ducks!
Shout out to one of my favorite YouTubers, Happy Console Gamer. One of the best feel-good channels you will find on YouTube. Anyway, okay, we got some coaches here. The B-minuses are getting fired. I have fired so many people. My God. My God. All right. Stanley Whitfield. I have no idea who I'd have picked if I wasn't a Leafs fan. Well, that's the thing, right? I can't even necessarily, like, totally relate to that because there was just never a choice. Like, I liked other teams as a kid. I liked other players. We literally already talked about, like, me liking Adam Deadmarsh. But literally, there are baby pictures of me in Bruin stuff, which I have joked about before. Yes, some people would consider child abuse. But there are pictures of me at several months old, if not younger, in Boston Bruins stuff. So, yeah, there was never a conversation with both of my parents being hockey fans. So, it was never a conversation. It's just, this is what I was going to be. So, forced. Gotcha. I mean, not forced, but forced. Like, what else? What other team was I going to gravitate to, you know? The internet was barely a thing. It's not like I could look up, like, here's why people think Bruins are bad. You know? Instead, my dad was like, hey, son, watch Mike Milbury beat a man with his own shoe. But again, people think I don't like hitting and fighting in hockey. Of course, those people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Should have been a Whalers fan. That would have sucked, dude. Growing up a Whalers fan for the problem is, like, they moved when I was like, what, 4? It wouldn't have happened anyway. But I wonder how into hockey I would have been. AJ, no. Like, she follows the Bruins, like, casually if I have it on TV, but it hasn't gotten to the point where she's like, oh, this is my favorite Bruin or anything like that. I wonder how big of a hockey fan I would have been if my parents were both Whalers fans and the team moved. I don't know if they would have just been like, well, fuck this. If they would have rooted for another team, stuck with the Hurricanes. I don't know. No clue. All right. Free agency. Who's out there? Okay. First and foremost with the goalies. Highest rated, Guy Hebert and John Van Beesbrook. You also have Ron Tugnut available. In terms of the best prospects, it is either the net detective, Jim Carey. I mean, we got to go for the net detective, dude. 72 overall, 19 years old. We are absolutely throwing our name into the hat for the net detective. Aside from that, Braithwaite wasn't bad. Near lifetime, are Carolina or Boston more successful in terms of what? I mean, technically, it's the same amount of cups. So it might be equal. Bruins have been to more finals, but same amount of cups. We look at our goalie situation. We only have 3 guys signed, including Hobby Bullen. So AHL could be Hobby Bullen and Carey. Hirsch as the backup. The Bruins have been more successful than the Hurricanes, but in terms of outright championships, it's dead even, you know? Is it worth... Shout out to Blaine Locker, but Hebert or Tugnut? Ron Tugnut would be happy to be the backup. Hebert would want to be the starter, and he's pretty much even with Urbe. I think we go for Ron Tugnut as the backup. It's Ron Tugnut, man. 1-year deal, $2 million to try to seal the deal. There's no cap, so Ron Tugnut's our guy. Defensively, Link Gates is the only RFA, and he's ours. In terms of prospects, Murphy's not really a prospect. Lubomir Sakaris isn't really a prospect. A lot of medium 6s. Matthias Tamander? Matthias, whatever you prefer. Former Sabre. We'll throw our name into the hat for him. Kavanaugh, the overall's too low. Drake Barahowski, hello. 78 overall at 21. Barahowski would be a nice addition. And I am willing to overspend for him big time. He'll still be an RFA at the end of his status. Okay, so we did get a couple of prospects. Who's the NHL team you dislike the most? Historically, it's Montreal, but that rivalry is not even that crazy at this point, right? Like, at this point, it's probably the Florida Panthers, but only because they keep kicking the shit out of my favorite team in the playoffs. It's not like I haven't had like that real like visceral hate of a team. The team I hate the most is Chicago, but it's solely because of their ownership. That's it, right? It's because of their ownership. So it has nothing to do with like, I'm mad about 2013 still. Like, man, that was 11 years ago. Those teams were awesome. It's just, I can only say I know if it was the Bruins, I in no way could support that team anymore. So long as the Wirtz family owned it. I mean, I get that Rocky kicked the bucket. God bless. But, well, I should have said God bless for Rocky, but, you know. Oh, it was classless. I don't care. I don't. Any players that you hate? I can't even be like, oh, I hate this dirty player because I've rooted for Brad Marchand for the last 15 fucking years. So more than that. Well, actually a little bit. Yeah, it's been about 15. So, least favorite players. Yeah, Tony DeAngelo is probably up there. Matt Cook's up there historically. Or, you know, people that can't, you know, the Jake Virtanens of the world and scum like that, you know? Defense. Oh, man. Gord Murphy, huh? Every team needs a good Gord. They do. There's also Paul Cavallini. I mean, Gord Murphy might be worth spending the money on here. Let's look at our defense really quickly, because he's good, but he's not great. Obviously, we have no cap, but we need to be aware of the players that we're trying to develop here. So our defense right now, I mean, Murphy just kind of clogs it up a little bit, if we're being honest, because I got quite a few guys that are going to be in the running after off-season development for making the team, including Barahowski if we get him. I'm going to hold off on Gord Murphy. Right wing side, do we have any forward RFAs? Yes. Why the fuck would a team have qualified this guy? Great AI. Not worried about any of those players, though. All right, so right wing side, Druce. John Druce, Tim Kerr, Lamakin. We got any good prospects? Sandlak's not really a prospect at this stage. High bottom 6 and Karpov. High bottom 6 isn't too bad. Let's send a deal out for Karpov here. Left wing side, Davidoff, who isn't really a prospect anymore. What do we got for medium 9s? Arvidsson's probably not going to make it. Ooh, Paul Sear. 76 at 19. Hell yes. That would be fantastic. 5-year deal to bring you to the end of your qualifying. Overpay. That would be a great pickup. And then for the centers, Jamie Baker. What do we got for the medium 9s? Bob Corkum. Oh, my boy, Jeff Shantz. The best type of leg wear. It's Shantz. Tom Fitzgerald at 24. We do need centers. GM extraordinaire. Tom Fitzgerald. Yes, please. Yes, please. Okay, so that's it for prospects. In terms of forwards, just outright, best out there is Dave Poulin. He's 34. And Ruzicka's out there. Druce. I don't think we go for any big name players here, though. I don't really see the point. I'd rather let noted Paul Cotter enjoy her, indeed. I don't think there's anyone here worth signing. Age-wise, it just doesn't really make sense. We'd rather focus on the dudes that we're trying to train up. So this will bring us up to 39 contracts if we get everybody. We can fill out the rest of the team from there if we need to, but I think the 26-year-old was an RFA, though. That was the only thing about him. Why I didn't go for him. So, why do I have to hit A on every scout? I hate this so much. Oh, I hate this so much. Having to just spam the same button over and over and over. Now we just gotta hope we end up getting these scouts, or at least the vast majority of them. This is the most annoying part about this game from an offline perspective. Except for the unskippable cutscene at the start of Be a Pro. It just feels like such a time waste. Give me an inbox that I can just check all their responses at once. In terms of the players, that looked to be a pretty good haul. I think we're okay. Like I said, we'll have to sign a couple of people here and there. Link Gates finally took his qualifying offer. So did Jeff Odgers. And we're going to be bad this upcoming year, but we're going to have a young team, an exciting team, and I feel like I'm trying to sell you on this as if I'm an actual general manager. All right. Do we have any other RFAs aside from Gates and Odgers? No. Cool. Cool. So what are we going to look like in Season 2? Goalies, Urban Tugnut. We're going to call up, hate to do it, but Corey Hirsch is going to be the third string. Let's send down Gates for the moment. Would you rather prime Nash on the Bruins or Cam Neely was healthy his entire career? Cam Neely being healthy his entire career because the Bruins might have won a cup with Ray Bourque had that happened. Not that I didn't love me some Rick Nash, but wow, at 81 overall as a top 4 defenseman, huh? Guess it's a good thing we held on to Wilkinson. Ozelinch is ready to go. Dykhouse is close. Gates is close. Barahowski is close, but he'll benefit from one more season down in the AHL. And technically, that can be our defense. And that's it right there. That's not bad. I mean, they're all at least NHL caliber defensemen. Someone like Neil Wilkinson might not last the entire season here, but that's not bad. The fact that Chris Pronger, though, is already our best defenseman at 18 years old is hilarious. Right wing side. Ooh, okay. We're a little bit weaker here than I thought we'd be. Would you rather have Zach Hamill have Couture's career, but also his got punched in the face story? Yes, please. Major, what's going on, man? Yeah, if Zach Hamill was actually as good as Logan Couture, that would have been pretty cool. That's not what happened. Naslund and Kozlov both on the fringe, huh? Major, I'm having a blast with this old roster, so we've been good. I've definitely had people asking about club, though, so we'll see. Let's call up Sandy Mosier. The Mosier. Be on the 4th line. Instead of calling up Ralston, we'll give some people some time in the AHL still to get ready. We definitely got some younger players here. Too many younger players. Jesus. Major, me too, to be honest. Last night's run was insane. Honestly, I think Brian Ralston's going to make this roster. I think he is. I'm going to have some of these guys play a little bit earlier than expected. I didn't expect Paul Sear to be a grinder, but that's honestly a pretty good setup for him. Craig Johnson, high bottom. Craig Johnson might actually be perfect for that 4th line. Okay, really quickly, if I want to send Ralston back down, Cynical, we did, yeah. We had a very, very crazy run. Left wing side, if I want to send all these dudes down, that right wing side, we got like the 23 and the 22-year-olds. What if I just call these guys up? Send those guys down. Craig, well, we don't care about too much. Even Fitzgerald is a depth forward. That's kind of surprising. Chance is only 19. I am going to have to sign some vets to fill out this roster. Absolutely going to have to. A right wing, we need like 3 left wings and 3 centers. So, yeah, we're gonna stack up that AHL team to have a really, really good year. So as far as a right wing is concerned, ooh, Rick Vive. We can bring in Rick Vive. Leafs legend. Bring in Rick Vive for the year. Left wing. Is that Trent? Troy Millette. That's right. It's not Trent. Stu Grimson. Let's go. Get ready to punch. Craig Berube. Get ready to punch. Any other, I mean, there's some names, but I'm looking for anyone like in particular. The Maltese Falcon. I'm just intrigued at who's there. Anybody else? Dude, there's so many fucking enforcers. It's insane. There's so many enforcers. I don't know who I want to go for. I don't really have an attachment to anybody else, but I need another left side player. David Malley was here last year. Kip Miller. The overalls fall off a cliff after this. Let's go for, yeah, I don't like holding on to the enforcers, I can tell. Let's go for, Nurminen. When in doubt, take a Finn. He'd be on in the LC, never mind. Malay, we'll go for you. And what did I need, like 3 or 4 centers? Sean Van Allen, Freer, Belanger. Jim Montgomery. Oh, ELC, damn it. Tim the Toolman Taylor, future captain of the Tampa Bay Lightning. LaRouche. Greg Parks. Emmons. Gautier. Nipshear. Fred Nipshear. I just like... Oh, ELC. I was going to say, I just like your name. Fuck it. Kimby Daniels? What a name. What a name. Craig Woodcroft? I prefer Jay Woodcroft. All right, the quality definitely starts to die. I just need dudes that can play. So Van Allen, Freer, and we'll even go for Belanger if it's not in the LC. There we go. Just got to sign some vets to help fill out this roster. Allow us to play those younger guys down in the AHL. Belanger. Yes, Eric Belanger, my favorite player. The defense is going to be fine. So we want to call up Rick Vive on that right side. Let's leave Mosier there for a moment. Yeah, Mosier can stay. Karpov will have to go down. Left side, Mallet, Grimson, Berube. Let's, Mallet, whatever, Karpov. Loon, Odgers, Vive, McCarty, Mosier. Still want to send down these 2. Whitney can stay. And then centers. 2, 3, 4. Call up Tim Taylor. Perfect. It's a great combination of we're going to be terrible. Some young guys are getting into the lineup. And then that AHL team is going to be fucking stacked, dude. They're going to be so good. So at the NHL level... Who's the scratch? Rick Vive. Okay, Ozelinsh will obviously not be scratched. Yeah, I'm all right with the fact that Vive is scratched. So Darren McCarty is going to play on the second line. Honestly, Tim Taylor, if you're good enough to be the captain of the Lightning, you're good enough to be my first line man here. And then Grimson, Berube. I mean, Mallet is only 23, so we'll play him higher up. There is so much fucking grit on this team. It's insane. And then it's just Ray Whitney and Pat Falloon trying to work together. Doing their best. We'll scratch Zettler for Sandish Ozelinsh. And we do have proper lefty-righty-handedness. So Pronger, Wilkinson, Ozelinsh, Peterson, Moore, and Smolik. Goalies, Iribe, and Tugnut. That's pretty good, man. The goaltending honestly concerns me with how decent it is. Oh, this AHL team's going to be fun unless for some reason a 20-year-old Marcus Naslund loses his fucking X Factor. Oh, man, what if he loses his X Factor because he's playing in the AHL as a depth forward? The game wouldn't be stupid enough to do that, would it? Like, he's going to dominate the AHL this year. It wouldn't be stupid enough to cause those abilities to go away, would it? Fuck, we might actually have to play him at the NHL level. Well, that's the thing, though. It's like, he's a depth forward, so... Fuck. All right. Well, I needed to say... Yeah, you're right. If I have to ask. Let's just double check, then. All right. Well, you're right. The game is probably dumb enough to do that, so... Drake Berehowski is going to make this team. Karl Dykhuis is going to make this team. Was Dykhuis? He's a lefty. Smolek's not that bad. The problem is that left-hand side is, we'll leave Dykhuis down. So Wilkinson, now would be a good time to get rid of Wilkinson. Like, he's not bad, but he's like a super low-end top 4. And then if it actually has Dykhuis as a depth defenseman, then we could go with Link Gates. So we're gonna trade Wilkinson. Yeah, I can't risk it. I was feeling really good about it, but yeah, I can't risk it. You're right. This game can do some incredibly dumb things. I still would have needed to sign all that veteran depth anyway, so it's not like I wasted time doing that, but Wilkinson, what can I get for you now that your value is as high as it's ever going to be? 4th and a 5th. Is that Brian Holzinger? Matt Barnaby. Matt Barnaby. I mean, speak of some grit. Tom Fergus. I'll actually take that deal. Matt Barnaby in a 6th from Buffalo for Wilkinson. Let's bring in some more grit in the form of Matthew Barnaby. Ooh, my God. He's actually really good, too. 76 at 20 years old. That's fantastic. He is actually a perfect fit for this team, both age and overall and stylistically. Zettler can also be traded. Dykhuis can be traded too. Link Gates is going to be the scratch. So Zettler and Dykhuis can both go as well. We had way too many defensemen last year, and now we're not going to have enough this year. But there are certain players that are just further down in the pecking order at this time. So Zettler, Ullinen, Yannick, Kevin Weeks. Get the signing rights to Kevin Weeks. Bob Boughner. Come to the Sharks early so that fan base can hate you even more. Sean Bates isn't that bad. Glenn Metropolitan. Jamie Heward. Newman's not bad. It's got to be Kevin Weeks. Let's get the signing rights to Kevin Weeks. Works for me. He'll be in junior, I'm presuming. So... And then Karl Dykhuis needs to go as well, just because we can't give him the spot that he needs. Better to just get something for you now, even if it is only a 6th round pick. Backup goalie that we don't need, Kravtsov. You traded back in the last... I mean, you had to know we'd end up back in that draft. Sean Bates is my target here. Yeah. Let's go for Sean Bates. From Detroit. You had to know we were going to get more draft picks for next year, too. All right, so the defense. Link Gates will get the call up. We'll send down Barnaby. So that is at least the NHL defense sorted. Berehowski will play. So we're going to need to sign some AHL defense, clearly. Ralston is not a depth forward, so we should be fine. Balloon, Odgers, Vive, McCarty. Mojay as a scratch still works. Or Vive, whoever it chooses to scratch. Left wing side, Kozlov and Naslund. It's time. It'll be... I mean, Malay is good to play on the 4th line, so Grimson and Berube are going to be the ones to be sent down. So actually, let's send Mojay down. Have Craig Berube as the healthy scratch. And then the centers, Fitzgerald needs to play. Everybody else is fine. Send down Freer, I guess. Okay, so we're still going to be a bit of a bad team, but not risking it with the depth forwards definitely changes the outlook a little bit. It puts Marcus Naslund on the top line, which is not the worst decision. And now it actually puts Vive in over Melee, which... Well, actually, it puts Berube in, which is fine. So we'll put Jeff Odgers on that fourth line. We'll have a good amount of grit there. Whitney is a third liner. It would make sense to at least run Naslund where he is. Honestly, I think I'm okay with that left side being as is. And then bump up McCarty. So Naslund, Fitzgerald, Falloon, Kozlov, Taylor, McCarty, Whitney, Van Allen, Vive. Berube, Belanger, Odgers. Defense ends up being Pronger and Peterson. We're actually going to want Drake Barahowski up with Pronger. And then Ozelinsh. There we go. Okay. So some slight changes, but nothing too major. A scratch in each position. Now we just absolutely, desperately need to go sign some AHL level defensemen so that the AHL team isn't complete garbage. But that forward core is going to be sick. So let's see the final few moves to make here. Randy Carlisle. Let's go, Randy. Let's go. Who else do we have? Greg Brown. Cronin. Any fun names? Any fun names? Peter Laviolette. That works. Dallas Eakins. All the stars are here. Oh, let's see. Anybody else? Is that Todd Richards? It is Todd Richards, former Blue Jackets head coach. Gord Hines. Todd Nelson? Todd Nelson! All the coaches. Future coaches, at least. And Jeff Chikrin. Jake's dad, but I'm out of roster space. So, well, we're getting some great hockey minds and maybe some not so great hockey minds, depending on who you ask, in for the AHL defense, which is really nice. There we go. Now we actually have an AHL level defense. And so that NHL roster, Marcus Naslund already there with Pat Falloon. He could have an unbelievable season. Goalies are Hobby Boulin. Coach's only child, basically. Did that other goalie not sign? I could have sworn we had another goalie. Is Carey a junior? Oh, shit. Okay. Just because he didn't sign with the team. All right, so the net detective's off in junior. That just means we can send down Corey Hirsch. Although, Hirsch might take some games away from Hobby Boulin, but I don't have the roster space, like I mentioned, because I thought we were good. So, not the end of the world. Boulin Wall will still get a chance to play, but that's a pretty damn good AHL level tandem at this point in time. Just making sure I don't have any defenders I care about. Tamander is the only one, which is hilarious. Dude, look at this. Literally every defender here except for Ian Moran has gone on to be an NHL head coach in the future. That is tremendous. It is going to be Todd Nelson that sits out, though, for Matthias Tamander. We'll go Commander and Moran as the top pairing. Carlisle, Laviolette, Eakins, and Richards. For the forwards, let's just make sure that we are optimized here. Old Doty Wood, not that bad. We actually do have some people here that we care about. So if you are like Freer and Grimson are the first two out easily. Say medium bottom 6. We're gonna have quite a few medium bottom 6s. High bottom 6. Medium bottom 6. Medium bottom 6. Hoagland's at least a medium 9. Nazarov's a medium bottom 6. Is there a center that we care about? No, there isn't. So we'll go with the highest rated dude, I guess. Yeah, we can leave Freer in so the team's better. So let's sort this by listed potentials, just to make sure the best players are getting the most ice time. Pretty simple concept, right? Okay, what do we got for the medium 9s? Most of them are outside of Ralston. So we'll go... We'll do top liner Matthew Barnaby. I'm here for that. So let's see. We'll do Ward, Craigwell and Freer, Mosier, Breland, Johnson, Shantz with Sear and Hoagland, and then Simon, Barnaby, Ralston. That is some snarl. Some snarl on that team, on that first line, dare I say. I am loving the way this team is already transformed. I mean, how could you not with freaking Marcus Naslund already being here? It's still going to be a while before we end up in any sort of like competitive situation. But, I mean, this just looks fantastic. Best NHL head coach. 61% scheme fit for Whitfield. What? Also at a 61, so still Whitfield. Froats. 68 for Phil Froats. Geismers. 56. And Sawchuk. 62. All right. So shout out to Philip Froats, our best possible head coach. And who's the best out of this group? We'll go with Sawchuk to get promoted. Get ready for it, chat. Yes, the yell of the song. So, obviously we got a couple of guys to sign. We got scouts to figure out. But for the most part, we're ready. We're good to go. I'm excited to see what the hell this team's going to do in Season 2, even though we're going to suck. I'm going to keep saying that.